Welcome to Caseback Watches. My name is Tim, and in this video I'd like to present you the Smiths Military PRS-29 in two versions. And this video here is sort of an aftermath of my video series Vintage Military Timepieces Reborn, which you can find here. And there I presented in a brief form the Smiths Military watches, and then I've asked the audience, the viewers, if you like to see those timepieces maybe in the light box here, the actual watches, and basically everybody says yes, yes please. And then some people on Instagram told me, no way that Eddie Platts, the owner of Timefactors, which is the manufacturer of the Smiths watches, no way that Eddie sent you two watches as a loan, because he doesn't need any form of advertising, because his watches are frequently sold out, and so he cannot fulfill the demand of watches, and so no way that he will send you watches. And then I thought, oh, okay, but yeah, let's try it despite that. And then I collected some arguments to write the email, which would then convince Eddie to send me those watches. But you know what? He has seen the video, and then he wrote me an email. Tim, I like the video. Check your mail. Two watches are on the way. And here they are, ready for the light box. But first, let me give you a little bit background. Timefactors. Timefactors is a manufacturer from England, relatively small company. You can call them a micro brand, run by Eddie Platts. And Eddie Platts is a former soldier with a strong tendency to military watches, and he sells reissues of British military watches from the past. For example, Smiths watches. The real Smiths watches manufacturer went out of business 1971. They had their heydays between the 50s and the 70s, let's say. They produced this military model between 1967 and 1970 only. And then, as I said, out of business, and now you can buy the reissue, which is not directly connected to the old company. This is important to keep in mind, and Eddie states this very frank on his website. And wasn't it on Instagram? I think on Instagram, one guy said that he doesn't like that this is not the real watch. This watch cannot tell the real story because it wasn't there. And you know what? 100% correct. Those are modern watches. And so if you collect watches like an historian, then this is probably not for you. But if you more like me and you like the vibe and the look and the quality on the wrist, but with new materials, but with new hassle-free materials, then this might be a better solution for you. By the way, this is not an affiliated video. I will return those watches after the video. I have to return them. That's bad. And I cannot wear them because they're brand new. Damn. But okay. Okay, here we are. This is the box. This is the standard Timefactors. The box. You see here the logo. The logo, and now let's get into it. Here are our two pieces. Let me show you this like this. There we are. And let's free the watch. Free watch. Let's free the watch. Come on. So here are our watches. Let's put this aside. Here we are. This, my friends, is a good look, right? This is a pretty good look. Wow, I'm really like this view here. Okay, before I tell you my observations and what I like here and what I don't like, let's just go over the basic specifications about the measurements and the dimensions. We have two hand-winding watches with steel cases. The case diameters are 36 millimeters. The length overall is 46.8. The thickness is 11.1 and the lug width is 18. So relatively small watches, but they follow the size and the measurements of the originals. Inside it's an ETA 2810-2, 17 jewels, hacking seconds. And an interesting features inside, there you find an anti-magnetic cage, which makes the watch, guess what, anti-magnetic, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters. On top you find a sapphire crystal anti-reflective coating. This of course follows not the original, they came with plexi. And on the hands of this black dial and on the numerals you find modern superluminova instead of tritium. And now let's discuss first the white dial version for the Air Ministry. As you can see, this thing is a little bit more dressier than the black dial because of the hands. The hands have those characteristic forms here. And the white dial, of course, is a little bit more pleasant to see if you want to see the watch as a dressier piece. But what underlines here the tool character of the watch is, of course, the uncluttered and extremely legible design. You have 3 hands, you have a very easy to see font here, you have the numerals, you have the minute rings here, so legibility overall. And here you can see the anti-reflective coating of the sapphire crystal at work, because my lightbox is not perfect for this, I have to admit, but this watch deals really easy with those conditions here. And what underlines the tooly character as well is that the case is entirely brushed, as you can see. Entirely brushed case, except the crown, which looks generic. So again, this is not a dress watch. We don't care about brands. we want a tool watch on our wrist. We want a beater watch, and this definitely could be a beater watch. And you may notice here drilled lug holes, so it's very easy to change the strap if you don't like the NATO. I must say I'm not the biggest fan of NATOs, so I would change this in the first minute of my ownership of this watch. I mean, it fits the purpose, it fits the style, but I think, I don't know, I'm not happy with the look of NATOs. Especially not with this watch, because the watch is a little bit more beautiful than this one. I mean, note the blued hands, real blued hands, not varnished. And I think this could deserve a better strap, a leather strap. Okay, let's see the case back. So we have to remove this NATO. Here we are with a naked watch. Let's polish it a little bit. There's plastic on it still, but you see here Smiths watches, there's a NATO number on the case back. It's a screw down case back. Under this you find another layer, which is the anti-magnetic shield, and then you find the EDA movement. Yeah, it's interesting. If you have the watch here in your hands without any strap, then it feels just right. I think the proportions are great for this watch, and the thickness fits the case diameter, which is important, by the way. If you see, I'm wearing the Seagull right now, and there you can see how thick a watch can be in comparison. See this? I mean, this is a hand winding watch as well, right? The cases are relatively similar, 36 millimeters, 37 point such and such. So relatively similar watches. Okay, and now the black dial. Eddie asked me if I have a favorite, black or white. And first, I'd like the black dial more, which is not normal for me. Normally, I'm not so into black dials. But in this case, I opted slightly for the black dial. Slightly for the black dial. Because, I don't know, to be frank, I don't know. Maybe this is only personal taste. I like this white dial pretty much. But this, I don't know, adds something. This really adds something. I mean, again, we have a very clear, uncluttered look, legibility overall, together with the arrow, which marks not the 12 or the 6, it's just a sign for the British military, or if you want to put it that way, a sign for Her Majesty's possession, so to speak. Cases are similar, if you may notice. Similar cases, brushed case, generic crown, drilled lug holes, and this characteristic and very pure lug form. I think this is one aspect I really like, those sharp edges here. Yeah, really cool. And of course you have now superluminova all over the watch. So this thing is way more legible in rougher conditions, because you have superluminova on the indices and on the hands. And now let's speak a little bit about the movement. As you can see, the watch is not running. It's a hand winding ETA, completely dry now, or I shouldn't say dry, unwound. So let's give it a little wind here. Feels normal, feels some resistance, makes a nice sound, and so everything's okay. There is our watch, and now it's running, as you can see. So very legible with the seconds, and now it's damn easy. You have position 1. That's it, right? And now you can set the time. And here the NATO fits a little bit better. I would prefer, I think, the black NATO here. But again, this watch, together with a nice leather strap, I mean, the Seagull has this Eichmüller leather strap. Let me show you this. Imagine the watch together with this kind of strap would look, in my eyes, amazing. Absolutely amazing. And the price for one watch for every model here is 405 British pounds, which are 553 euros and about 490 US dollars. And this was a mistake, by the way, I've made in the first video. I said around 300. This would be impossible. If you see the ingredients, especially the ETA movement, the anti-reflective sapphires, and yeah, impossible. Very sorry, my bad. The real prices are higher, but I've checked the used market on a watch forum and they keep their value pretty much. They're wanted, and so even used, you can buy them for, let's say, 50 euros less, or 60 or 70 US dollars less, but they're not cheap, even used. And so I think the price is justified. Okay, watches, say bye-bye now and let's go back. Edit. After the video shooting, I could not resist, and so I put the watch here on the Eichmüller strap, and then I wore this ensemble for a couple of hours. And yeah, what can I tell you? This was a very, very nice experience. I mean, look at this. Welcome back. I have to say, I'm in the mood to buy the black dial, the black watch here. Affordable, so money is not the problem, but I feel kind of bad because I have too many watches, and every time I see a watch in the drawer, 1 year, one entire year untouched, then I feel kind of bad. Then this is not longer fun to me, and so I have too many watches. But on the other hand, I'd really like to buy one of those watches here. Tell me in the comments, please, if you feel bad when you don't wear your watches regularly, when you have some dead bodies there in the drawer and you don't wear them anymore, but you don't want to sell them. I think I have to sell some pieces, but what kind of pieces? I mean, the seagull could be. On the other hand, no. Why? No. So yeah, what to do? I have no idea what to decide in that case, and so let's speak about something else. I have another very interesting product from England in the mail, and it's a fabric from Merchant & Mills, and I've ordered this after a long waiting period because of the coronavirus, but now I think it's in the mail, and I like to turn this fabric into a very interesting garment which would fit the watch, which would fit this style of watches. So very interesting garment. I'm really looking forward to develop the pattern and cutting the fabric and everything. Yeah, but I need some days. If you want to have a preview, if you want to be updated, then join me on Instagram. It's caseback_Tim. And now let me thank you very much for your attention, and maybe until next time.